And unmute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ranking the MCU, the show where every week we come in and we review two movies from the MCU, or in this case, Marvel movies. Review them and then rank them. I'm Bronson. Above me is Emily. To the right of her is Aaron, and below him is Derek. And we're here to talk about them movies.
Movies.
So, if I remember correctly, we're only ranking one of the movies tonight.
Yes, exactly.
So tonight our movie that we're going to be ranking is Spider-Man Far From Home, and then our extra credit is Enter the Spider-Verse, because why the hell not?
So it's a fucking amazing. It would probably be number one on this list if it was allowed to be ranked.
If we were to rank it, it probably would.
Yeah.
Unless someone has a different
Really? Okay, controversy.
like
unless somebody has a different opinion. I'm not naming names.
I'm just saying, I've been sitting here a week thinking about the Infinity War Endgame discussion, and really, when you think about, both of those are half a movie. And so, when you look at Into the Spider-Verse, that's a full movie. That's a full good movie. I don't know.
You can make a full good movie.
Hey, Blasian with the sub.
What up,
Blasian? What's good, my dude?
16 months.
God damn, man.
Hey.
So here's our current ranking on the right side.
All right.
Okay.
So you get a good look. That's from worst to first. And
Can
we
you
need to
post that in the Discord so I can copy it.
And we need to place Far From Home somewhere on this motherfucker.
We sure do.
Which
yes, we do.
Which I don't have.
Already?
I mean, not we have to have the discussion about it first. So I'm gonna post.
Which we are.
I'm gonna post in the general in the Discord. Anyway, so.
Oh well, you could have just posted it in the ranking MCU, but yeah, sure, that works.
So.
Yeah, whatever works.
Dude, I hope you're doing well. I know that you want me to solo stream, and I've been trying to get that together, but this new
We're getting there. We're getting there. We need a little more time, but we're getting there.
Job. Just give them a minute, okay?
This new job has me waking up at 6 a.m. and taking classes all day, and it's rough.
Yep.
But
we're figuring out. We're on the home stretch of these series, so.
But I'm making way more money, so that's nice. Anyway.
Hey, that is nice.
I'm envious of you. I would love to get a new job. Not that my job's bad. I actually like my job, and I get paid well, and I have great medical benefits, but I'm the kind of person I get bored with things after a few years, and
that's part of the reason why I left my last job. Also.
I mean, fair.
So anyway. So, you're gonna have no rush, busy on my as well, but when it comes, it'll be glorious, indeed.
Yeah.
I've got some shit planned. Anyway, so, let's get started. Hey, Aaron, Far From Home, better, worse, or the same as you remember?
It was about the same. I had a good time with it generally. I want to say I liked it better than, yeah, I did. I liked it better than Homecoming. I'm showing my hand a little bit, but I'm not actually placing it. I'm just saying. The real big thing for me was Mysterio. I think that the way Mysterio is done is really good. Jake Gyllenhaal, it's just fantastic. Yeah, I really liked that aspect. Yeah, good time.
All right, what about you, Emily? Better, worse, the same?
Probably a little bit better than the last time that I saw this movie. Obviously for the same reason. Jake, fantastic. Nailed Mysterio. Absolutely.
So good.
Nailed.
So
Yep.
good.
So good. So good.
Tell me how you really feel.
All right, and then what about you, Derek? Better, worse, or the same?
Maybe a teeny bit better.
For me, it was the same. I kind of consider it as an upper mid type movie. I don't every time I've watched this movie, I've never been like, this movie's the best. But I always really enjoy it. And then fucking Mysterio.
Yep.
Fucking Mysterio.
So-
like, god damn it.
Mysterio's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains from the comics to begin with. So when
Probably
I heard,
underrated too.
yeah, when I heard he was gonna be in this flick, I was fucking totally geeked for it. And then like I watched through the movie and how well they just fucking nail it. Those illusion scenes are fucking incredible.
They really are though. Like, god damn, they did it so well. So well.
So yeah, let's. Now I actually don't have the synopsis this time because normally we pull them up from the streaming services, but I watched this on Blu-ray.
Oh, well, go to the wiki.
Yeah. So
Wiki doesn't capture a lot of the stuff that happens in it, unfortunately. So it's like,
yeah. Hold on. So yeah, like it starts out with an unnatural event. Nick Fury and Maria Hill are going to check it out, and then Mysterio shows up as the good guy. You know.
oh yeah,
And just like, man, this movie has to be a fucking mind fuck if you don't know who Mysterio is.
right.
Like,
Oh, I guess this is another, Marvel superhero that they're bringing in. I don't know, some obscure Guardians of the Galaxy ass shit.
yeah, I guess this is like the new Iron Man, like Iron Doctor Strange.
You're bringing in Jake Gyllenhaal, I assume.
Yeah, like okay.
Weird.
And then just nail it so unbelievably hard. So
Would have rather than brought Jake G in as a character that's going to be around for a while, preferably not a villain, than just
he might
someone
come
who-
back, dude. That ending, but I don't know. Sorry,
They kind of opened it up.
it did. So anyway,
Yes.
so and then it flashes to Peter getting ready for his trip to Europe, talking to Ned about how he's gonna ask out MJ, and then Ned's just like, okay, alternative plan, bachelors in Europe, which he had the right idea.
I mean, if he didn't already have MJ there, then yeah.
Yeah, no.
It would have been perfect otherwise.
Otherwise,
So, it goes through that, they set up that process that, okay, it's a European vacation, and then he goes back to Spider-Manning, going to do the Spider-Man work. He's at, like, a charity event with May for survivors of the blip. And then before that, they had that school clip of the Avengers.
Oh my god, that.
I love how
Oh
this
my
movie
God.
explains the blip. That's what they call it. Like it was so good. Like spot on. Just like that. This movie's humor is very hit or miss for me, but that was like grade A meme humor.
Yeah.
And it was super good. Peter goes does the Spider-Man thing with Aunt May in the Iron Spider suit. I love that he's continuing to use that. I hope he continues to use that. I love that suit.
Future Marvel projects and all that, absolutely. That's a dope suit.
Happy and May have their little exchange, like, what's going on here? And then he like goes to be Spider-Man. And he's like all awkward as shit about it.
Yep.
And then, like, this movie does a lot to set him up as like Tony's successor, which in some ways I like, in some ways I don't.
okay.
But in this particular scene, they do a good job. Like, he's obviously really broken up over Tony. The public, because he is such a public-facing hero, and like kind of one of the only ones that isn't retired or dead or in hiding, the public kind of sees him as possibly the next Tony.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, I like that setup a lot. And then the school trip starts, eh?
It does.
They're in Italy and whatnot, and the Waterman, the water elemental attacks, and him and Mysterio take care of it. Well, mostly Mysterio, he saves a building, and then like I love how much this version of Flash loves Spider-Man.
I was just about to say that.
Complete 180 from Spider-Man Homecoming, for sure. I was just like, okay.
Like fucking just I love how he's like just fawning overseas, just like Mysterio's cool, but he's no Spider-Man. It's just like, and
The
then
deal with
Dickwad.
Spider-Man.
And then he calls Peter a dickwad, not knowing
Yeah.
that he's his like
Like-
idol.
yep, so good.
Good. Real good.
What did he say? He's like, "What's up, dickwad? Thought you drowned."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Cool.
Super.
Asshole.
Good stuff.
So yeah, really liked that. Really liked. Then he goes back to his room and fucking Nick Fury's there. This is one of the best scenes of the whole movie. The
Yeah.
fucking Nick
That was
Fury.
just fun.
Nick Fury just sitting there, just being like, just like, if one more person interrupts me.
Gun with a tranquilizer gun.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I just also love how, like, later in the movie, Nick Fury is like, okay, I can remove these obstacles, and like, and
They were obstacles.
and Nick
I
Fury just
removed them.
yeah, exactly, like he just
But is it
hijacks
actually Nick Fury though?
right, which we find out later, like the scroll thing, but like even that was fucking pretty cool.
Sure.
I dug that. I love how he's actually in space setting up, sword. But, so, goes back into town and, he's trying to set up things with, he gets set up with Mysterio and Nick Fury and everyone. And this plot synopsis on the wiki is not good. It's very short.
Not good.
I was gonna
Very
say I can
short.
pull it up because I basically have access to it on one of the streaming services that I was using.
Yeah, so Fury meets
Yeah.
with Parker, gives him Stark's glasses and control of Edith. Even when dead, I'm the hero.
Even dead, I'm the hero. Listen,
Very Tony.
If,
very Tony Stark.
I mean, what else would you name it? I'm just saying.
Unfair.
You
No
know.
clue.
Which-
Nintendo.
So Bet claims to hail from an alternate reality where the four elementals destroyed his civilization. With only one elemental left to strike back, predicts it will attack Prague. And then Peter declines this, saying he has to return to his trip and go to Prague, and he can't go off trip and everything. And then
I
Fury,
will
like
say
I said,
though.
yep.
Sorry for interrupting. I will say though, this little tease into the multiverse was a nice little touch too.
It was a nice little. It was well. It's a fake out, because like they think you're
yeah.
setting up the Marvel multiverse, like what they're doing right now with all the TV shows
Doctor
and shit.
Strange.
With
And Doctor Strange doing next March, I believe.
Yeah, and Loki and WandaVision, like all this multiverse prep,
Yeah.
like versus this where like you think this is going to be multiverse prep, but it's not.
But it's like it's a cop out. Or a tease out. Or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they set it up to destroy the fire elemental. Peter dresses up in a full black costume. And him and Beck are working together. Him and Mysterio are fighting the fire monster, and Ned and what's the name of the girl?
MJ? Oh no.
The one that
girl.
Ned was kind of seeing during the summer.
Yeah.
I'm not even convinced that they actually say her name once during the movie.
No, they do. I'm just forgetting the name.
As I'm looking it up, like right now.
Yeah.
Betty. It's Betty.
That's
You're
what I thought it was.
right,
I thought it was Betty.
So, her and Betty, like him and Betty, are just like, is that Spider-Man? I was like, no, it's a European knockoff. Like, what's his name? Night Monkey.
Night Monkey.
I'm Night Monkey.
Thought that was fucking great. Like, good, very funny.
That was top-notch humor.
The fire one gets beat, and then Peter doubts himself heavily, and he's like, but fully believes in Mysterio, and gives him the glasses. Like, nah, dude, you Tony trusted me, and I trust you. You can be the next Iron Man, leader of the Avengers. And then Peter leaves, and we get our fucking twist our bar seed twist, and it's amazing.
That was
way that twist is
glorious.
done
Like,
is
holy
so good.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
like, not only is it so good, right? Not only is it such a good twist, they bring back the fucking guy from Iron Man 1.
Like, all the tie-ins from the previous, like, Iron Man film, starting with Peter Billingsley of Iron Man 1, that was...
They brought back a dude from Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
That
Just,
was
just a small
what?
minor role. That was beautiful.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then like that setup happens, and then Peter like they hear their class trip is ending, but Peter's like, okay, I'm still crushing on this girl. I want to spend time with her.
I want to tell her how I feel.
I
Like, sure.
I haven't had this vacation, so I go and so he goes to talk to her, and she's like, hell yes, and they go to meet, and she's like, you're Spider-Man, aren't you? And I'm like, no. She's like, I'm 70% sure. It's like, well, I found this thing, and he's
7.
like,
67% sure.
67% sure. And she's like, well, I found this thing. It's like, okay, I am Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man. We are all in danger.
I
I'm
made
not
a
joking.
mistake.
And I have made a mistake. And they
That's
go,
a look on his face like, oh shit.
Yeah.
and then like Quentin Beck, as he's planning his big invasion of London, realizes one is missing. He's like, and now I have to kill Peter Parker. And it's your
You're
fault.
happy because his blood is on your hands. That moment solidified my utmost love and respect for Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, I loved and respected him before, but this solidified it, and it was...
This man carries this movie
He
so
really did, though.
unbelievably
He
fucking
really did.
hard. A plus there. So, Peter goes to fight him, but, not knowing about all his crazy bullshit technology, just gets his ass handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that amazing illusion scene that just fucks with you totally.
Oh, it's so good.
It's one of the best MCU moments, period. Like, if we were doing a best MCU moments list, this would be top 5. With the fucking...
would definitely be top 5. In my list, it's top 5.
At least for me, like, the fucking... Like, and how he gets Parker to give him the information with the fake Nick Fury. But then you have the Tony in the grave, and the Tony, the freaking... him falling, and the hundreds of Mysterios.
I'd say the Zombie Iron Man is a nod to, I believe, a comic book storyline that...
The Iron Rose 117 says, good evening. Good evening, Iron Rose.
Hey, what's good?
Spartan 117.
I don't know if it's calling back to a specific thing. I know about Marvel Zombies, and that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. It's the Marvel Zombies.
What I was
comic.
God, just
I believe that was what it was referring to. I can't remember.
That scene literally felt straight out. That entire illusion scene literally felt straight out of a comic. It really did. It
so good.
Absolutely did. I absolutely loved it. And then Peter wakes up in a jail with soccer riot people.
In the Netherlands.
In the fucking Netherlands.
With a bunch of Dutch nerds.
It was Mysterio's best scene, hands down. I don't know, because his end fight scene where he freaks out, just shoot him now! And just freaks out, and then he's like, well, I tricked you, Peter, but Peter catches it, and we'll get to that.
The Spidey sense.
Yeah.
It's because of the Spidey sense.
His Peter
that
tingle.
he was able to do that. We don't call it the Peter tingle, goddammit.
It makes me really uncomfortable. I don't like it.
I know, I was uncomfortable when they kept saying that the entire movie. I was just like, God, it's Spidey sense. It's Spidey sense. Come on.
I wonder how uncomfortable Marissa Tomei felt saying that over and over again.
Oh my God!
Which, by the way, dude, she has aged backwards. Like, I remember seeing her in that 2004 movie Anger Management with Adam Sandler, and she looks old as hell. And you look at her now, she is youthful. And
she is aging like spine wide. She looks amazing right now. Oh my God!
That is some MILF status right there. Anyway,
wouldn't it be an elf?
Does she have kids?
I don't think. Well, in real life, I don't know. I was saying to Aunt May, she's like an
look this
alien.
Oh, yeah.
She's the aunt.
Well, I was referring to specifically the actress.
No, for sure.
But yes, she'd be an elf.
An elf.
I mean, the movies make a constant joke of people hitting on her, so I mean that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I gotta say, I do not buy her and Happy as a couple at all.
Well, neither does the movie. They make fun of it at the
Not even
end.
1%.
I don't know, dude. I've scored plenty of women way out of my league, so you know I could buy it.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty good at that. I don't know.
So, you have, then you have, like, Happy picks up Peter, and, like, Peter's, like, cried and freaking out.
In the Netherlands.
In the
Of all
Netherlands.
places, a tulip field in the Netherlands.
Yes.
That's very Dutch.
But, you know, he asked Peter, like, hey, you know, Peter's freaking out and crying. He's like, look, you're not going to be Iron Man. No, it'd be Iron Man. But Tony's second-guessed everything he ever did, except picking you. Now you gotta get up and go be the dude. And then, like, he's like, okay, yes. He has his, like, hero moment of getting his shit together. And go, you know, it's like, alright, I'll fly us there, you go make the suit. And he goes to make the suit, and you have the moment where, like, oh, he looks kind of like Tony. You know.
That moment was cute.
It was cute.
I will give him that.
It was cute, but I also, like, don't know how I feel about the MCU's, like, obsession of making him, like, mini Tony. I don't know how I feel about it.
Either. Okay.
But,
I don't like that either.
Let the kid be the kid. Let him be Spider-Man. Yeah. He doesn't have to be Tony Stark or anything.
Well,
he can have the gadget.
Which I think that's why this scene doesn't bother me too much, because a big part of this movie is, like, no, he can just be him. But, like, I do like, where it's just like, I'll cue the music. AC/DC starts playing. Oh, I love Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin!
That was funny.
I was like, oh my god. Someone needs to teach this kid.
One thing I didn't understand is why he didn't make an Iron Spider suit. That's one thing I really didn't understand. I was like, you can make any suit in there. It clearly shows it. Why didn't you make another Iron Spider? Okay.
Prefer it?
I wanted to customize and get some new shit or whatever.
I mean, yeah, he had specific webs for the job, which that makes sense, but you would think just for, like, the protecting his meaty, fleshy body, you know, he would choose the thing that's bulletproof. But, right. You know, whatever. Minor detail.
Well, as Peter Tingles said, you know, don't pick that one. So just...
I got you. Well, we'll dodge for you. So yeah, you have that. Then it rolls into the end fight where like it's like Peter versus a million drones, and like Happy gives his coded message to Nick Fury, and you know Nick is safe, and then you know Peter does like I like how there's like subtle nods to like Tony and Captain America in Peter's fight. Especially with the shield and the fucking... with the Tower Bridge sign as the shield and just doing all the... Yeah, like he will be the best of us. In like Tony Stark would, absolutely. So, that big battle happens. You know, the drones try to take out Happy and the kids, but, you know, Peter stops them just in time. The part of the end battle that really sticks with me is the scene, like, when he pulls the gun. Like, when you think the fight is over, but then the gun happens, and Peter's like, dude, you can't trick me anymore. Battle's wrapped up. Quentin's dead. Mysterio's dead. And it cuts to, like, in home. First off, Flash Gordon's home life is very sad. Or not Flash Thompson's home. Just like, Mom couldn't pick me up. Like, super sad.
Yeah.
And then cuts to Peter. We finally get MCU Spider-Man swinging around Manhattan. You know, he takes... After how long? After, like, 5 movies he's been in now. 2 of his own, 3 Avengers. And then... so he does the Manhattan... Technically, he was in Captain America. Yeah, so what? That's fucking third Captain America is basically an Avengers movie.
Because everybody
Right.
was there.
Yeah. So you have
Civil War, yeah, definitely kind of more of an event.
Yeah, so you have so then like he drops her off and he's like, all right, but then the TV comes in and your special Daily Bugle report, and Quentin Beck set it up to look like fucking Spider-Man killed him, to be like the old, like basically that Spider-Man did his plan, Quentin's own plan, and then on top of that it's J. Jonah Jameson reporting it.
Which, by the way,
They could
J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. I cannot imagine
they could
anybody
not have
else.
got another actor. They could. There'd
Yeah.
be riots in the streets.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, I loved him then. The fact that they got him here, I was just like, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so good. And then we get our
perfect.
end credits scroll scenes. Overall, I liked it. I was kind of debating between a 3 and a 4. I leaned towards a 4, so I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. What about you, Aaron?
Ooh, kind of similar. Again, like this would be a 3, except just I think the Mysterio portion of this movie lifts it.
Kind of upped it, yeah.
Just Mysterio himself, the twist that is set up for like half the goddamn movie. It's so executed so well, and then the end, like he gets one more shot in at the end, and it sets up so amazingly.
Comment chat. I can't wait to see the next movie in December. Hoping for a trailer soon. Dude, same. Sorry,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Hope he's not in an I Riot, and I won't watch it.
That's
Right.
a fucking lie. You have to come back to this podcast.
You're a
next
lying
December.
sack of shit and you know it.
I will riot.
Okay.
So
But you'll still go see it.
I would have to give it a 4. I have to bump it up to a 4.
4. Okay.
I would, yeah.
All right. What about you, Emily?
I'd have to agree, 4 out of 5 for sure. If it wasn't for Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, it probably would have been 3 out of 5.
Yeah. If Mysterio did not go so hard, it would have probably been a 3 for me as well. What about you, Derek?
I can't assign this a score just yet, but I need a minute to share my issues with this movie.
Okay.
Yes,
Because if you
please.
remember in the previous weeks, I said that this movie wasn't my favorite.
Mhm.
My biggest issue with this movie is that, aside from Jake Gyllenhaal, which, by the way, if you guys are Jake Gyllenhaal fans and you haven't seen either Enemy or Nightcrawler, you are seriously blowing it. Because
Nightcrawler is amazing.
It's a great movie.
I love that movie so much.
But Jake is great. That's a given. But I have a lot of issues with this movie as a Spider-Man movie, and I understand it's Spider-Man in the MCU, but I mean, number one, the comedic parts with Ned and his girlfriend are honestly like the favorite parts of this movie for me. Peter in this entire movie, I don't like. I don't believe that he would just give Edith away to this guy he barely knows, forgetting that he's in another dimension and that he's not even gonna be operating in this dimension, really.
No. The movie
Can I
says
talk
his
about
dimension
that?
was destroyed. It says Quentin's dimension was destroyed.
Okay, well, still, he barely knows the guy. I didn't like the stuff with Fury and Hill. I don't know. I don't care for this movie that much, but there are parts of it I enjoy. Like I like Jake as Mysterio. He's a great villain, but when he's not on screen, or like if there's not like the comedy stuff with Ned and his girlfriend, I think it's really funny. Like I'm just not that into it personally. But I did enjoy this movie a little bit more than the last time I saw it. That's why I said it was a teensy bit better. And this might be a scorching take, and maybe it's because I've seen Spider-Verse way too many times, but when I watched Spider-Verse, I was bored as hell. And I've seen it so many times, but I'm just saying, like, I was kind of bored watching it. But when I watched this, I actually had a better time than I watched Spider-Verse, and I don't even like this movie that much.
Wow. Okay.
But Jonah, them bringing J.K. Simmons back, I was gonna give this a 2, but them bringing him back is like such a big deal that it almost moves it up a whole score. So I'll say it's a 3. But as a Spider-Man movie, I don't love it. I prefer Homecoming. Homecoming of Michael Keaton and none of the stuff with Nick. Like, I don't care about Nick Fury and his fucking agenda and all that stupid shit. I don't care. Like, I want to watch a Spider-Man movie. I don't give a shit about Nick Fury or what he wants.
See, I like Nick Fury a
how
lot.
he wants to use Spider-Man.
See,
I like Fury too. I'm just saying I don't like the whole like him being like, Peter, why are you dodging my calls? And now I want to use you because I have no one. Like dude, he's Spider-Man. Like he's not your puppet, Nick. Like I just
no, everyone's
Okay.
Nick. You're misunderstanding. Everyone's Nick Fury's puppet. You just don't know it.
Everyone except Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, because she
I don't
made
think
Nick
Captain
Fury her-
America's Fury's puppet, and I think he made that abundantly
Which is like one of the
clear in
Winter
first
Soldier.
Avengers movie.
Yeah, that was a that was a big. That was a big whole movie about that. So,
Hell yeah.
I believe this movie was the quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." So yeah, and that movie, like, this is the movie where he finally where Peter finally takes ownership of the fact that okay, he's a big boy now. All right, so
Yeah, at this point.
so looking at this list, where would we rank it?
Well,
Let's see.
looking at this list here.
Where would we?
That's a good question.
That is a good question,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Also, hello, Thomas. Always a pleasure.
Hi, guys. Oh.
One or
Semi-conscious
5?
talking?
Yeah, no, Thomas is here now. Thomas, what would you rank this out of 5?
I'm not going to be long-winded and try to take away from you guys, so I'm just going to be like 4. This is a solid 4. Great,
Okay.
great Spider-Man
So-
movie.
Everybody gave it a 4 except for fucking Derek.
Yeah, but you know,
Oh,
it's a good movie.
It's gonna be
It's a good movie.
yes. Also, 3.5 isn't a thing
Yeah.
on our rating system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not-
because we don't do
so-
half rating on this motherfucker. We do
Alright, so
solid.
alright, so I'm gonna pick someone out. Emily, where would you put it on this list?
Oh Jesus, I don't even know.
Right.
It's so hard to say. Like, I'd probably put it somewhere in the vicinity of First Avenger, but that's just me.
Whoa.
Wow, okay.
Whoa.
I know, it's a hot take. It's a hot take, but I would watch
No,
this movie.
I would-
I think Emily's onto something with that.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. I think I would put it in that range as well.
Yeah.
I would put it
Whoa.
somewhere around Ragnarok.
And like again, this list to me is just so messed up. Like I would put it
Yeah,
between.
This
I
is
would
why
put
I
it
can't wait
between-
for the
Yeah.
episode in 3 weeks. It's a 3
Yeah,
weeks
it's like
now
3
when we're
weeks.
doing the full.
Yeah. That's when we're doing the
It's
full
just-
shebang. But we got to work with what we got.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
I'd
personally would
honestly-
put it. I would personally put it between Homecoming and Winter Soldier.
Okay. What about you, Derek?
I was agreeing with Emily.
Oh, so you'd put it above Ant-Man?
Somewhere in the vicinity of.
Yeah,
First
no,
Avenger.
right around there. I think is.
All right, Thomas. What about you?
No. Yeah, that's right on the money. Above Ant-Man, probably below.
Yeah, above Ant-Man's on the money.
I'd put it above
If-
Ragnarok. Is where I'd put it.
Mhm.
So, and then Aaron, where'd you say you put it above Homecoming?
I put it above Homecoming.
So at that point, the middle ground is probably somewhere above Iron Man 3. Is probably where the middle is on this.
Ooh, you good with that, Bronson? I know you stand Iron Man.
I prefer Iron Man
I mean,
3,
he is
but
I'm
but
a
like,
nerd.
dude, this list is so fucked that
It
yeah, it's fine. So Far From Home, is everyone cool with Far From Home above
Look,
Iron
man,
Man 3?
this list is what it is. Yes.
Yes.
All
This is
right.
why I can't wait for 3 weeks.
So
I enjoy Ragnarok more than this movie, quite a bit.
I mean,
but
I
you know
enjoy
what it
Iron
is.
Man 3, and I enjoy a lot of movies below this movie, about
Wait.
more than this movie.
Again,
I
yeah.
gotta ask you guys real quick though. You guys all gave it 4s, which is not a 5. So
Yeah.
clearly, there's things you don't love about this movie, but I didn't hear that shared.
I
You
did.
guys gotta have
I
some
didn't.
criticisms, right?
I didn't want to. I didn't want to be late and then also talk my ass off. I feel like that would have been rude.
Eh,
Appreciate it.
I think the movie just drags at points, and I think that the shit in the like kind of the midsection where like Peter's just trying to be on a vacation lasts too fucking long.
Yeah, the pacing was a little weird in this
It does
movie,
have
just a
bad
little bit.
pacing.
Yeah, so that's my big issue with it. Other than that, I really liked it. But
Yeah.
so if the hold on, I got a food delivery. Son of a bitch.
all right, get your food
A little
delivery.
bit, though.
It had less of the school stuff, which I was thrilled about, but it was still in there a little bit.
But it was still that like awkward high school teenager type of
Yes.
thing that is always just so maybe a little too cringe.
Yeah.
But
I guess that's part of why like I don't have a problem with the Nick Fury and like bringing Spider-Man into Avengers and trying to because like Spider-Man yes should just be neighborhood Spider-Man, absolutely. But the way the MCU has set this up, like
you gotta
you're-
pull
you're
them
not
to
gonna
the
get
Avengers
that.
on some missions. Absolutely.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
like as someone who just does not enjoy high school settings for movies, like yeah, no, if you pull Spider-Man out of that,
It triggers a lot of shit and
yeah,
makes it a little too cringe.
What
Don't worry,
What
Aaron.
did you dislike about this movie, though, Aaron?
I'm sorry. First of all, what did you say, Thomas?
Oh,
I said
sorry.
don't worry. I was just gonna say don't worry, Aaron. We're gonna be out of that soon. The high school stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Except
absolutely.
so no. So I mean, like, I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. Mysterio is a cool villain, but like,
At the
I don't
same
know. Just
time.
especially coming after someone like Thanos and
Mhm.
something like that. Like, I like the idea of Ego as a villain more than Mysterio. Like, I think Mysterio is a good villain, but I don't think it's the best one we've seen.
No, I
it's
don't think
just-
he's the best one either, but I think he's one. He's definitely one of the better ones.
And then like he's spending all the time like yes, he's definitely one of the better ones, but then you're also dealing with like okay, then it's like fire and all these elementals. Like, okay, sure, and then drones. All right.
Yeah, the drone. I absolutely despise the stuff with the drones.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
whole
but-
Mysterio's whole shtick, though, is like misdirection.
Which absolutely, again,
Yeah.
this adds to Mysterio, but like, it's
just-
yeah.
It's
I
not what I
just-
want to see in a Spider-Man movie, dude.
There's
I don't wanna
no
see
there's no
Spider-Man
emotion
fighting
I have
drones.
for the drones or the elementals. In the same way, like that machine comes down in the first Thor, it's like okay,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yeah. No, that's a good time. Yeah, you make a good point there.
I did agree with you, Derek, that like the whole thing. No matter how emotional it got for Parker, him giving up Edith was kind of weird. Like that.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't fit with his character. Like I know he's young, and there might be an emotional tug, but he's still like in Marvel. He's considered like a genius.
Yeah.
So that just
He may just was it like confidence issues because he's young and he still feels like the adults should be in charge and like Mysterio is just seems like the perfect being to handle that responsibility and just doesn't feel like it's there. Like
I think that's it. Like, I think that's what
Yeah.
it is.
I
But I
get
just-
that argument, but sorry, I was saying you don't watch Tony die and go to his funeral and then fucking give away the last thing he gave to you.
Yeah,
Especially
and-
if you're Spider-Man. I don't
That's
buy it
fair.
at all.
in the same movie where Nick Fury calls upon him. That's what makes it like off kilter. Like it's like
Yeah,
okay,
that's a good point.
you're being stepped up because we believe you should be stepped up, and Tony vouched for you on top of all that, and he proved himself, against the fight in Thanos.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a weird push and pull with Spider-Man where he's like, I want to be an Avenger. You can't be an Avenger. All right, well, now you can be an Avenger. Well, I don't want to be an Avenger just yet. Let me be neighborhood Spider-Man. It's like, oh, okay. And then you're in Infinity War. It's like, oh, let me come with you. No, you shouldn't come. I came anyway. What?
Nick Fury says in this movie,
It was
bitch, you,
back and forth. It was really weird.
throughout like Spider-Man's time so far.
no, Nick Fury says in this movie, it's just like, you've been to space.
Yeah,
Bitch,
Yeah.
you've been to
You've been to
space.
space. Yeah.
yeah.
That said it all right there, I mean, honestly.
Um,
I'm just imagining Ben Mendelsohn saying that in his voice, though.
Oh,
None of his
my
puss.
God.
Peter, bitch, you've
I
been to
love
space.
him so much. I love him.
That would have maybe made the movie a 4 for me.
It's weird. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos tell Peter, "Bitch, you've been to space."
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty
come on.
good.
I really like that.
Man.
All right, so that's where it is. This is the MCU prior to Black Widow and our re-ranking in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
From worst to first: Hulk, Thor: The Dark World, Thor, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 1, Age of Ultron, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Ant-Man the Wasp, Thor: Ragnarok, Iron Man 3, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Ant-Man, Captain America: The First Avenger, Doctor Strange, Captain America: Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
That
That's
Yeah,
almost
I
sounded
officially
right.
cannot wait for that re-ranking.
I know it's gonna be something.
I thought I
do-
heard Thor second worst, not first worst. Other than that sounded fine.
I love
I've
the fact that we're going to be
wanted
here
to.
for like 5 hours.
Yep.
Oh
And
yeah.
I am ready for it. Let's go.
Did we read the latest Iron Rose comment?
No, go ahead.
In the comics, Spidey's in the top 10 intellects, but in Far From Home, he is so upset with himself because of Tony's death and doesn't want to have his death go in vain, which I believe is the reason he handed Edith over so easily. Beck was just able to manipulate him easily, emotionally. Like, again, the way Mysterio is set up for the first half of this movie, he just seems like perfect. Like, this is the kind of person who should be running the next
Avengers
thing.
And then we get that twist, and that's when it's like,
Wow.
what?
Like, again, like if you're trying to create this story, on the other hand, if you're trying to create this story of like Tony Stark basically becoming his new dad, that giving away his glasses, like I understand you're trying to do right by Tony's intentions for, you know, keeping them in good hands, but then there's the whole family dynamic, like, dude, there's no one else you would want to get that with. But I understand if when you're like a teenager, maybe you don't, you know, you're not considering all of that.
No.
It just seemed kind of strange though that he didn't confer with any of his allies. You know, not with Ned, not with May, not with Happy, not with Fury.
That aspect,
Yeah.
yeah. Where he
Because
didn't really talk
immediately
to
in the
people.
bar, he was like, "Oh, here you go," you know, like, okay.
Yeah, it just seems that it would be something far too important to let even like the most horrible experience get your emotions involved in that.
On the other hand, though, he didn't give it that much thought when he told Ned to take off the training wheel simulator. So maybe he is just a stupid, impulsive 14-year-old or however.
That's
old
the
he
thing,
is.
right? That's at the end of the day. It's what it is.
Yep.
They're gonna have a real hard time selling him as a high school kid next movie.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Isn't the Uncharted movie out kind of soon? Finally.
Actually, I think it's supposed to come out, I think next year, early next year. I'm gonna.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on.
There's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
February
2020.
February of
2020.
next year. I just checked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty soon. I mean, it'll go by quick. So.
So, that was the first movie.
Yes.
Next movie we got bonus extra credit work. This is not going into the ranking. The rankings are done until 3 weeks from now.
Yep.
2
Black
weeks.
Widow's the only
2 weeks
movie
is
we
Black
have
Widow.
ranked, right?
Yeah, we got to rank Black Widow, and then in a following week we are going to be ranking all of them.
Oh, re-ranking. We're just gonna move
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, no, we cannot assemble this again from scratch because it will just end up like this. Like, we need to rearrange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, there was a
Re-ranking? Oh,
comment. There was a comment in the chat from Iron Rose. Tony was the Uncle Ben scenario.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
accurate, Iron Rose. Absolutely accurate.
So,
And there was that little nod with the suitcase.
Mhm.
Mm.
Benjamin Franklin Parker.
All right, so now we got the next movie we're doing though, which is. By the way, how are we supposed to do Loki as one of the TV shows if it's not over in time?
Well,
We won't.
That was what I was talking to you about. I think I was talking to you about it because we could talk about what we're expecting from the finale of
Right.
Loki when we talk about Black Widow in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get cracking. We also watched Into the Spider-Verse this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mon-
Oh,
Yo,
God.
what up?
Krug's Comics with a follow.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
Also, Thomas, when are you gonna get a fucking webcam, dude?
Soon, man. Soon.
You go on Amazon and you press
fine
order, and it shows up
soon.
at your house in 2 days.
Listen, don't worry. You don't need my handsomeness distracting from the rankings, okay?
Thomas, gonna be honest with
Um,
you, we were talking mad shit about how the fact you don't have a webcam earlier.
You know
Yeah,
know
no
what's
tears.
great? You know what's great about me, Derek? I don't give a shit. I don't.
Well, we were just kind of trying to figure it out, and we were like, maybe Thomas is a fucking vampire, and that's why he's afraid to like hook up his webcam because he doesn't want us to find out his secret.
I was gonna say.
I love it.
all the vampires live
the
up
mystery.
here.
I'll
Keep
tell
the
all of
mystery
your
alive.
friends this.
All right,
Yeah.
so we got a comment chat. That girly 92 says hello.
What's going on? How you
Hello.
do?
Hello.
Hello.
So
Jokes
Hello,
aside,
hello,
there's
hello.
totally vampires in New York. Just saying.
There are.
It's
I may
confirmed.
or may not be one of them. You'll never know.
There you go.
so
Unless Derek disappears next week for revealing my secret.
so into
You have to
the,
wait until whether the show's over. God damn it!
Oh, you're right. You're right.
oh yeah, Morbius is coming soon.
Yeah,
This is
that's
coming soon.
I think what?
All
Oh
right,
no,
so
they pushed it, didn't they? It was supposed to be October, but is it now in January?
I don't know.
um,
I do not know.
That movie's gonna be horrible.
I think it will be okay.
Not with Jared Leto as your leading man. That's gonna woof. Woof.
all right,
You know?
let's get back on track. Let's get back on track, people.
Let's do it. Back into focus.
That girly
Spider-Verse.
92 says good morning. Hello from
Good
India.
morning.
Sending international support. Oh well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we are always,
Between
always for the international.
we
fans.
got a real international crowd between all of Cartbale's homies and now this.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
tell
a
your
regular
friends.
listener
Tell your
to
friends.
the podcast in Sao Paulo.
Well, there you go.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
And I just checked. Morbius is end of January next year.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
All right, so
in case anybody wants to boycott.
hey,
Into
Aaron,
the Spider-Verse is a 7 out of 5. #1 on this list.
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely
a
a
10 out of 5.
5.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 5. Holy shit, this movie's so good.
Oh,
It's
good.
so
And
good.
I love all the little Easter eggs and nods to everybody that worked in the Spider-Verse, obviously from the Stan Lee cameo in the shop, all the way down to people like Steve Ditko and Brian Michael Bendis, who worked on
Yes.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
We gotta come and check. Have you guys been keeping up with anything Marvel? We are the spot for Marvel news at this point.
Yeah.
Specifically for Marvel Cinematic Universe, let me tell you.
The comics.
Comics,
Comics anyway is a
It's a lot.
little iffy.
it's a lot.
But still, come see us.
But
Yep.
okay? Well, we're gonna spoil some of it here. So if you want to give us a follow and then come back when we're done on another week, that's fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be talking about it today.
We're gonna be talking a lot about Spider-Verse. So hey, Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Thomas, as good as you remember, it sounds like.
Better.
Wow.
Better. It was more enjoyable.
Me, as good as I remember, is fucking amazing. It's
Same.
okay.
Same.
Same.
And
Had a
then
good time.
Derek, the odd man out again.
Just a little bit worse.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't fault the movie for that. I really have seen it. Just a lot of times.
I saw it 4 times in theaters. When I bought it on
4?
Blu-ray, I saw it like 3 times. When it was on Netflix, I watched it like once a month. So
Really?
You sound
Once
like
a
my
month?
cousin. My cousin watches that movie any chance he gets.
that movie is so like
Almost sounds like my brother.
I love I love Spider-Man, and it's a perfect fucking Spider-Man movie.
Tobey Maguire says what?
Also, dude, I like Tobey Maguire a lot, but Tobey Maguire does not have hobo Spider-Man.
Yo, come
No.
on, guys. Listen, John Mulaney is the best Spider-Man. That's not, we're just,
Spider-Man.
He really is. Like, Spider-Ham was probably the best
Are you guys for
thing
real?
about that.
Nah, dude, I love me some Peter B. Parker though.
Dude, Jake Johnson. It's
Just-
Peter B.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Jake Johnson. I mean, this entire cast in general
It's
is
just-
so good.
I
Have
made
you guys
some.
seen Let's Be Cops?
I made some dicey investments. Don't invest in a Spider-themed restaurant. I kept fighting. I broke my back. Got hit. A drone hit my face. Aunt May died. I got a divorce. But then I took it all like a champ. And that's him crying in the shower with a piece of pizza.
Suit on.
yeah.
With the suit on.
Yeah, with the suit on. Like,
That was too good. But yeah, Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker, John Mulaney as Spider-Ham, Nick Cage as Noir Spider-Man,
I did love Nick
Lily
Cage.
Tomlin as Aunt May. You can never go wrong with Lily Tomlin.
the
You guys are
movie.
forgetting someone though. Chris Pine as
I was
the
going
original
to mention Chris
Spider-Man.
Pine.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he did a
That
great
is
job.
his singing voice, by the way, singing Spider Bells. Thank you very much.
I'm a huge Chris Pine fan, and I understand he had to die, early on to move the plot. But I wish he was in it more because I really love Chris Pine.
I love Chris Pine.
And
I
this
love
movie just has so many, like, once again, don't have a synopsis because we stream it. Normally we stream, but I watched this on Blu-ray also. Speaking of the three Spider-Man, the three MCU Spider-Man iterations, so I think they mean three live-action movie iterations. Which one do you think made the best mark or impact? Garfield, Holland, or Maguire? Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire.
Toby.
Toby, for sure.
Yeah.
Cheers, glad we're in agreement.
Especially, yeah.
Andrew Garfield movies are fucking bad.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awful.
They're fine,
hate
but
them.
like,
I think Toby kind of kickstarted the whole Spider-Man
Like
thing.
Also, this movie's
Like, get
soundtrack.
Spider-Man onto the big screen.
mhm.
Oh,
yeah, this movie's soundtrack is incredible.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's,
I do love this.
Spider-Verse soundtrack is top notch. Like, I listen to this on repeat. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I have it on my phone. You can literally just throw it up in the car, and it's perfect driving music.
I wish I had a stream count for how many times I've listened to Sunflower.
Oh god, dude.
Too many?
Specifically just on my bicycle rides.
They keep track of that in
Wow.
iTunes. You can find out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do.
I'd say, is it too many to count?
That is
I don't believe
probably my second most listened to movie soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your first?
The Guardians movies, like the
Oh,
licensed
that's
Guardians
fair.
music.
My most listened to movie soundtrack is definitely the Drive soundtrack.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah, it's, and then there's the art. Like, hot take, I liked Andrew Garfield better. Tobey Maguire, after he watched other movies, felt really expressionless and very uncomfortable. I don't
That's
know,
fair.
dude. Like, just the writing in those Garfield movies.
That's the thing. Like Andrew Garfield as an actor, I think is good.
it's amazing. Like,
I-
I love Garfield, but him and Spider-Man in this?
Again, the problem with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man for me is that he's not like nerdy, awkward Spider-Man. He's not awkward Peter Parker. He's just like, wow, I'm skateboarding and whoa, I got superpowers. Whoa.
But
Yeah.
he's the amazing Spider-Man, so isn't it okay and even
No.
somewhat welcome for him to have a
No.
slightly
No.
different personality?
I understand wanting to do a different take. I'm just not comfortable with that take.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I kind of love him being a little bit arrogant, like when he's stepping up to those two guys who are breaking into someone's car or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you found my weakness, his small knives." Like he's faking them out.
Yeah,
And they
but like,
totally-
Oh,
his-
yeah.
I love that.
But it's like Peter
Like-
Parker kind of sucks is part of my problem, and I just, yeah, there's a lot about that movie I didn't like. Like I think the way it's like shot is ugly. I think the CG is bad. Like every time I look at the lizard, I'm like, oh, you're from like 1992.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, accurate.
I mean, I think Garfield's a better Spider-Man than Tom Holland, though.
No.
Ooh.
Depends on the movie.
Uh,
Because let me tell you, him in Infinity War and Civil War is great. Him in Homecoming is okay. Far From Home is
Meh.
okay.
So yeah. But back to what we were saying about Spider-Verse. Yeah, amazing soundtrack, amazing art. Like, just what it's funny from start to finish. Like, this movie is a goddamn treat every time you watch it.
Every single time. Absolutely.
yeah. 100%. It's so funny.
I like how every time I watch it, there's jokes I don't catch. Like the first time I watched this movie, I didn't catch the Doc Ock jokes. And my friends call me this. And then later in the movie, when there's the fight at Aunt May's house, it's like, oh, it's Viv. And it's just like, oh my god, Liv.
Because her name is Olivia.
Yeah, it's. I was just like, oh my fucking god, yes.
Also, by the way, the person that voices her is freaking Agatha from WandaVision. Like,
Oh yeah.
how
yeah,
the hell? I was watching this movie and looking up the cast list at the same time, and I was doing this today too. I was like, wait, no. Are you kidding me with this? Like, what the hell? Holy shit, man.
Iron Rose with a comment says Toby is a good Peter, Andrew is a decent Spider-Man, Tom is great at both. I feel a lot of people have that sentiment. I disagree.
I generally agree with that.
I would have to agree with that. Like, Tom Holland probably was the better balance of Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Toby blows them out of the water as Peter Parker, though.
I mean, absolutely. Without question. Except for
I
Spider-Man
feel
3 in that one scene, which they make fun of in Spider-Verse. And I was just like,
they pay so much good homage to those old movies, though.
they
Like,
really
it's
do.
like-
and that was what made it so good.
It's like that time I did this. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
The comment from that girly: the newer live Spider-Man movies are not my cup of tea because I'm older, suppose it didn't fit my demographic. I mean, fair. I know everyone in this group is almost 30, or is 30 in my case, and Thomas's case.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 32 in September.
I'm
32,
31 in
Thomas?
October.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, man, I still think Spider-Man 2 might be my favorite Spider-Man movie, other than
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yes.
Probably Spider-Man 2 would probably be.
Every time that's another movie that I can sit down and watch almost the same time.
Wait. We're talking about Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
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 Spider-Man
Like,
2
Alfred
is
Molina
my
as
favorite
Doc
Marvel
Ock.
movie of all time. Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
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 It's amazing.
Good movie.
Anyway,
Oh, good.
Anyway, so we have, the art's fantastic, humor's great. Even nails emotional moments that you just have like Miles. You just have to take a leap of faith, like that one set up, and then the setup with when the Prowler dies.
Mhm.
Oh, dude! And then,
Uncle
I don't
Aaron.
like that part.
Man.
and then you have the moment when like Miles is tied to the chair and his dad's talking through the door, and I'm just like, that scene like just is like, oh,
That
my
hit.
heart.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh,
What about the
I
part
get
where he totally embarrasses him at the school, making him say, "I love you, Dad"?
Yo, that
We've
was
all had those moments.
I would
It's
do
some
that.
form or another.
I would do that to my son.
Absolutely, I would
I
too.
do that to my kid
100%.
in a fucking heart.
Like if I was a cop, just like say I love you, Dad. I love you. Just if I was 10 years younger than I actually am, I would fawned over the baby spider.
Sure.
Yeah. No, they do just Fuck, dude, I can't say enough good things about this fucking movie.
I
Like,
mean,
so
unless-
good.
Really?
yeah, it's perfect. Like, my only complaint is like, I think like the beginning, once you're like focusing on Miles, is a little slow, especially when he first gets his powers.
Oh, yeah.
But like otherwise, it's just it looks great. It has a great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's emotional. There's all like if you're a longtime Spider-Man fan from like throughout the like, you know most of his history, you know his other movies, then like it's just like it has all this fan service. Like just this is a movie for this is a movie for anyone really. But if you're a Spider-Man fan, you get that much more out of it.
Yeah. I didn't know. Because I didn't read the comics. I didn't know about Spider-Gwen, and she was like,
You didn't know about Spider-Gwen.
no, I didn't know about Spider-Gwen because I didn't get into the
Whoa.
Spider-Man comics like that deep. And
Sure.
I came out of it as like she's one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen.
Woman?
Spider-Gwen. Well, in the
Spider-Gwen.
movie, she's referred to herself as Spider-Woman. She's the
Yeah.
first and only. But
There are
to
other
all of us
Spider-Women.
nerds-
In the comics, there's like 4 Spider-Women.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the comics, so that's why she
Oh.
kind of changed it to be Spider-Gwen.
Also, I
differentiate
highly
from
encourage you to
else.
look up Spider-Gwen with the symbiote. It is
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
fucking awesome
Dude,
looking.
that shit is so good. Like, I actually, I think this was when I worked at PAX
Whoa.
back in 2019 in Seattle. I saw a group of people that were dressed as the various Spider-Man. Like, there was someone as Hobo Spider-Man, there was someone dressed as Spider-Gwen. If I find it, I'll post it in the Ranking the MCU chat or in the Discord or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have thought about cosplaying Hobo Spider-Man on many of occasions.
I have thought about cosplaying as Spider-Gwen, to be honest. Like,
We could probably get. Hold on. We could probably get almost the full posse, minus the mech. Okay, so I mean.
minus Penny Parker
I'll have to
and
be New Page Spider-Man.
Spider-Bot.
Wait.
I have a buddy actually that lives in New York that I call Miles. So
Oh, nice.
these are Miles Morales.
Yeah, there's 5. So I
And he has a
mean.
Spider-Man tattoo on like right here on his right forearm. So
Nice.
So we have Spider-Gwen, Hobo Spider-Man. We'd need a Peter Porker, a Spider-Noir, and a Miles Morales.
I'm calling Spider Noir.
Oh man.
Okay.
His personality and mine are just very much in line.
I mean, come on,
they're
Thomas,
so
you don't
similar.
wanna-
It's like
you
you're
don't want to be
practically brothers.
Spider-Ham?
I don't want to spoil your guys' fun. I cannot stand Spider-Man. Ham is my least favorite part of the movie.
Wow.
I would watch a
Oh.
movie without Spider.
Do you
Ham
just
in it, undoubtedly.
the Ratchet stuff from earlier? Now this, like, do you just not like cartoons? Like,
No, I love cartoons. I just like mature themed cartoons. I don't know. I was watching South Park when I was a little kid and I wasn't supposed to. That's the kind of
yeah, we
cartoon
all-
I like.
But we
yeah,
all did.
yeah, like same.
I mean, Archer's one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
Oh, dude,
I
love
love Archer.
But
Oh
this
my
Into the Spider-
god.
Dude, I have like 4 Archer shirts. It's fucking like,
You really?
it's absurd. Yeah.
Before I forget, since we're talking about Spider-Man, at some point, maybe when I'm done building my Legos, I gotta finish this on the iPad.
There you
Gotta
go.
finish coloring this in.
Yeah.
So,
Do it.
Nice.
There's just so many little, it just takes a long time, but it's really satisfying. I'll finish it eventually.
Sure.
Nice.
So I just posted the photo that I found in the Ranking the MCU chat. That's Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, Hobo Spider-Man, and Doc Ock. Actually, I think the guy that was the Hobo Spider-Man, one of my friends worked with on a previous show. So he's a regular with working the
So,
circuit.
that
So.
really says, I've seen a bit of the Spider-Verse, the rest of the gist I get from the Miles Morales video game. Totally different story. Totally different
Yeah,
story.
Totally different
Yeah.
story.
Absolutely different.
Although I will say though, all the suits that we see,
Oh shit.
the comics and video games and all of that stuff. So it was a nice little touch for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Verse overall, really great movie. One small issue I have is I do think the third act is a little long.
Oh yeah.
Like, even in the theater, I remember feeling I was getting kind of antsy. I'm like, okay, let's go. But I think they just spent a lot of time on like, how Miles isn't ready, and they're doubting him, and that part just dragged a little bit for me.
Fair
But
enough.
overall, it's a really great flick.
Yeah, so 5's all around, right?
Absolutely.
Hell
I mean,
Alright, so now we need to get our schedule down for the following weeks. Next week, we're reviewing the TV shows. WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and what is currently left of Loki. So at that point, it'll be 4 episodes of Loki.
Yeah, it'll be up to episode 4 of Loki because next Wednesday's episode 5.
Great. Then the week after will be Black Widow and the rest of Loki.
yeah.
And then the week after that we're gonna be starting the show way earlier, like 5, 6 in the afternoon, and completely taking that list and pulling it apart,
just pulling a
rearranging it, making deals.
Yep.
So that's 3 weeks from now,
Yep.
Yes, 3 weeks.
July 20th.
Yes.
Okay,
So
I'll make sure I'm
Mark
home
your
a little-
calendars.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'll make
watching
sure
in
I'm home
chat.
a little early that day. And
Oh, dude.
I
everybody loves the Spider-Verse soundtrack. Responding to that comment.
Yes.
Everyone.
So good.
Wait, which date? What was the date again? My bad.
July
20th.
20th is the
20th,
one
okay.
that
July
we want
19th,
everyone to mark the
Thomas.
calendars.
July 19th.
Derek, you don't want me to come on here and crush all your points?
I want you on here, but you better have a webcam.
Ah,
I mean, I
Actually,
don't have a
Thomas,
mic, my lad,
Thomas, you
so...
said you're almost
Thomas.
32, right?
yes.
Now I know why you don't want to be on camera. You don't want us to see your life support machine. I understand.
Yeah, I'm that old.
There's shade.
Wow.
No,
I'm
I just hate you all now. So
Hold on.
now I'll never
I'm on your
have a
side,
camera.
Thomas, okay? Make no mistake. I'm on your side, motherfucker.
No, I'm
Jesus.
just playing around. But
Alright,
one of
so-
you-
All right.
July,
So
July, June,
July.
20th.
July.
is
it's
the
basically
final
almost July
July.
already. It's
Yeah,
July
no.
and like
Yeah, because
Yep.
Shot, please
30
don't mind me.
all right, it's the dementia getting to him in his old age.
It is. It
Uh,
is.
All right, so anyway, as for the rest of our schedule, tomorrow we have more Halo We Love You, where we're going to be playing through Halo 4. On Thursday, it'd be Pirate Night!
Doing more of
see
that.
you.
More Sea of Thieves.
More Pirate's Life.
A Pirate's Life. We are going to be doing that till we're done.
Hopefully, episode 2 and 3 getting done.
Yep. Looking like probably just 2, unless they know the exact path.
Right. Yeah, we'll see.
Especially because I have to go to bed early because of my new job.
Oh,
No.
then, yeah, that might just be 2 then.
And then Friday, nothing. Saturday, once again, maybe solo stream. It depends on work, chores, etc.
Yep.
Sunday is Super Gamecast 2, the #1 video game podcast on the internet. Please go watch that, or listen to it later on iTunes, Spotify, and now Amazon Music.
Yep.
you
Just
got that
add it to
figured out
Amazon.
already?
Oh yeah, no, I just had to
Damn.
submit a URL and then like sign up an email account, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll find it." Oh, it's there. Cool.
Woohoo!
Yep, and
So,
Thanks,
we're-
Bezos.
Yep.
Hmm?
Thank you, Overlord Bezos.
Actually, he stepped down. He's no longer running.
yeah,
Am-
who's the CEO guy now?
Fuck
I
it.
heard that, but I didn't know if it was true.
True or not?
He just seems like he loves money too much, but
He still has
Yeah.
strings attached to his fingers, but like his
Yeah.
physical body's somewhere else.
yeah.
Yes.
Also, I actually read about the guy. His primary end game is space colonization.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I
That's
heard him and Elon Musk were doing something together.
That's like his end goal. Like people asked him in the 80s about like what his end game was, and he's like, I want humans to colonize space. So that's his
Started
end
off
game.
selling books on the internet, and then he's going to
You
be
said podcast.
colonizing
I was
Mars.
like, that girly. Do you use Spotify, Amazon Music, or iTunes? We'll shoot the link right now.
We're on all of that. If you search Super Gamecast 2.
Yes. So which of those would you like? So yeah. Like otherwise, we're on Twitch. Please feel free to give us a follow here, of course. Yeah. We're nearing the end of Halo. We're nearing the end of this lovely MCU series. Though Shang-Chi comes out in like what, late August?
September.
So yeah, we'll be back to this in like a month and a half.
2 months.
Oh, it's
Ish.
literally September 3rd. So like literally like a
Yes.
month and a week.
Yep.
So anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for coming on. Hey, we're gonna raid someone because that's what we
Let's
do
raid
here.
someone.
Overrated.
Yes.
My friend Sam just got started with Twitch streaming that there Dragon Age.
Oh
And-
shit! Guys,
And she
all
doesn't,
for it.
and she doesn't really have anyone watching her too often because she is so new. So everyone, let's go give her some love, give her follows, all that good shit.
Yeah.
Unless, oh my god, did she? Oh nope, there she is. All right, so yeah, say hi, give her a follow. She's cool.
Yep.
All right, there's 7 of you. I better see 7 raiders.
7 damn raiders, 7 follows.
There's 5 of you. I'm disappointed in 2.
Ooh.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Later, taters.
let's see if she has alerts set up. Everyone yell raid in the chat.
Felix, do you know?
Yes.
Raid.
Oh, hey.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out.
I'm sorry. I have no rating stuff set up at all. I know. I'm sorry. I have nothing set up for raid. But thanks. Thanks for the raid. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition for the first time. And I am in Redcliffe Castle right now, trying to save the mages. So, thanks for the raid, guys. I appreciate it. Stay if you'd like. And thank you, Super Gamecraft, for bringing people over. I appreciate it. It's great. All right.
Enough.
All right, cool. All right.
I thank you. I appreciate any hype.
Alrighty. So,
Oh my god. I just saw an ad for Age of Empires 4.
and
It's
if you're still
so
watching
ecstatic.
us for some
That's the
reason,
temptation.
Yep.
stop.
You can stop.
Go watch her.
See ya.
Okay.